About a year ago, I was browsing Craigslist for various gigs that I could do, not just to earn extra income, but to network with people. Part of the problem with my uh, events with the computer programming, with the computer games, is that I haven't networked with the right people yet to have my ideas take off. So I like to network as much as I can. I often view every human interaction as almost like a lottery ticket. You never know if you might meet somebody who might be your business partner one day. I'm kind of losing a lot of given the current situation right now, but that's okay. I'm gaining other opportunities at the same time. So I was browsing Craigslist when I see they were looking for somebody to play the role of an astronaut in a film because the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11 was upcoming at the time. And so I responded to it. And after a few emails, I discovered that this is a model and talent agency. And my heart kind of sinks. I only want to do the moon landing. I don't want to do all sorts of other gigs. I want to meet people who know a little bit about the science of the moon landing. But I follow through with it because again, you never know who you might meet, and I always have a day or two where I have nothing to do anyhow, and so I go to the agency. And now that I think back at it, this guy had a very clever setup. He had his office, and then there was this interview room, and he puts down this three-ring binder. He says, look through that while I do something at my desk. And he goes back to his desk, and I'm looking through the three-ring binder. I'm expecting to see profiles of what people are involved in, what careers they're involved in. And instead, he shows me a three-ring binder of checks that people have earned. Some of them have three-digit numbers, some of them have four-digit numbers. And my heart just sinks. Because again, money was kind of a secondary reason for me to want to do this in the first place. And plus, there were all sorts of roles that really didn't really interest me all that much. Some of them I was kind of almost against, given what they were involved in. I only wanted to do that moon landing role and potentially any other roles involving science like that. Okay, so he comes back and asks me what I felt about it, and I just had this really puzzled look. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, why are you showing me all these checks? And he asked me if I was on board, and I got a little bit lost there because he spoke very fast. This is one skill that I need to work on. Selling things. I have a hard time with selling. He has all these stories set up, and of how all the advantages that I have in my appearance and all that, which is kind of awkward because if I remember correctly, last year I had a tough time with my skin condition. I was a little bit more overweight than I am now. It was kind of awkward. But he's done his homework on how to sell. I need to learn that. I lose a lot of people before I can even start, a lot of times when I'm trying to sell myself. Just like the computer games. I've been writing for almost a decade now. I just haven't sold it in the correct way. Anyway, so he says, well, how about if I have your portrait taken? And I asked him what it entailed, and he showed me an example. And then he quoted me that it would be $350. And, I hate to sound naive on here. I know there are people probably watching who have done things like this before. I thought it was $3.50, and I didn't think twice about it. I've already driven like 5 miles each way to go to his studio. What's another $3.50? Maybe we'll have a little more chit-chat. Maybe I'll meet somebody who comes in and is doing the same thing. So I hand him my credit card. He walks to his computer to put it into the terminal, and I'm looking on the walls of the different roles that people have played. And what really caught my eyes when he showed me some of the programs that people have played roles for, and there were several programs that I've seen in the past. I think there was a Discovery Channel. I love theme parks, and Discovery Channel had done a documentary on different theme parks one time. I think that was one of the roles that somebody had went in there to do. And finally, he comes back for me to sign the credit card receipt. It's $350. The funny thing is that he put $390 something, and I looked at him puzzled, He said, oh yeah, we had to add sales tax to it. I was like, no, I thought it was something else completely. I didn't say I thought it was $3.50 because I didn't want to insult him. I said, I kind of misheard. I made the excuse that I had been up all night viewing the night sky because we're getting close to the Apollo 11 moon landing, and I want to, I just made an excuse that I had been up photographing the moon all night of the previous night, and maybe I misheard. He said, what do you think it was? I knew he knew what I heard it was. He wasn't going to admit to. See, this is a guy who has really done his homework. And my heart sinks. To be honest, had he been honest about how much it was, 350, I might have haggled a little bit. If I haggled it to 250, I might have paid it. But when he started the whole thing with dishonesty, it just gave a whole sour note to the whole thing. And it just goes to show that it might work for some people. This is why if you ever watch certain financial gurus, they tell you never to use a credit card because some people don't think of the credit card as their own money. They think they're paying $3.50. They look at the receipt, $350. Yeah, you know what? I'll go for it, and maybe I'll see what happens. Some people have that kind of attitude. I don't. When I swipe a credit card, I'm pretty serious about it. He's the kind of guy who would be more successful against somebody who doesn't think credit card is real money. That's what I'm thinking. But my heart sinks because I don't think what he did would work with what I'm trying to do. I do a lot of tutoring. If I did something like this to one of my clients, I don't think I would gain their business. It really depends. You got to know your client base and what kind of little tricks and traps. He probably didn't expect. He didn't expect a scientist to try to apply for that role probably. And it was a little bit of a mismatch in character for the sales he's trying to do. But it made me realize that every human interaction is a gift, and that we should try to learn different angles from different people, even if they're in a different genre. Thanks for watching.